Hello, my name is K.Green, and I'm a part of Group 2. We decided to choose the topic Juveniles and the death penalty. I took on the role of doing the final conclusion of our group project. In conclusion, the death penalty should not be imposed on juveniles. It is a very inappropriate punishment for such immature and naive individuals. Why, do you ask? Human beings under the age of 18 are unable to function as adults, which is why they are not called adults until the age of 18. They act completely on impulses, which is a really terrible thing to do. You can get in a lot of trouble. So I would like to inform you of this specific information taken from a project in the American Bar Association's Juvenile Justice Center. People under the age of 18 are unable to understand and process information, to abstract from mistakes and learn from experiences, to engage in logical reasoning, to control impulses, and to understand the reaction of others. So no consequences for any stupid thing they may do. That's not smart at all, like I said. After almost 30 years, the United States has realized that this is very unfair, and sentencing to juveniles to death has been abolished. It was abolished in 2005, so that is really great. It's really terrible to hear about someone that has committed a crime under the age. I mean, even 17. I know that 17-year-olds should know, and they should be held accountable. But the death penalty seems a bit much. Since this was abolished in 2005, it reversed the death sentences of 72 convicted murderers who committed the crimes as juveniles. I think this is a wonderful thing in our justice system. 4 out of 5 states voted and decided that laws permitting capital punishment for 16 and 17-year-olds who commit a homicide disrupts the 8th Amendment and are unconstitutional. Now, we must all remember that juveniles who commit capital crimes need counseling, not jail time. Studies show that putting juveniles in adult prisons only increases the chance of additional crimes. It's true, I've heard. Everyone has said that once you go to jail, you most likely will go back, especially if you are a juvenile and getting into trouble and have grown up in a bad part of town and just maybe didn't have your family around and could only turn to crime or gangs, So I think that it's really not fair, and it's really a great thing that it has been abolished, because think about your 17-year-old brother. What if he committed a crime? What if he had no idea what he was doing, and then he was convicted and sentenced to death? That just seems way out of line and unfair, and I would be so upset if that happened to my little brother. I don't know about you. Don't get me wrong, adolescents should and must be held accountable for their actions, but sentencing someone to death for a crime that they committed while they were a kid is just inhumane and unnatural. Counseling is a great outlet for juvenile crimes and will allow them to see the positive side of life. You can always turn your life around. I know people say that people don't change, but I really don't believe that. I used to get into some trouble when I was younger, and I never went to jail, but I did get in a lot of trouble by the police for maybe going to some house parties, and I would be so upset if I ended up going to jail for being at a house party and that was still on my record. I know that it's not even close to the death penalty, but just think about when you were a kid. Did you do some things that maybe you weren't proud of, or you didn't think things through, you had no idea the consequences, and now you're looking back and saying, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Think about people in jail. Think about people in jail that are being sentenced to death for something that they committed when they were a juvenile. I can't even imagine. having to be punished for something that I did when I was a little kid. Thank you very much.